Well, good morning, folks. It's about 23 degrees this morning. We're gonna get all this stuff fired up. Everything should be good. I'm not gonna check the oil in this thing this morning. I know I've had this machine long enough. I know that the oil will be fine. Little cold start. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, she fires right up. That's a good machine here, guys. never have an ounce of trouble out of it. Now this old bitch, excuse my French, turned the master on hydraulic fluid's a little low. It's in the sight glass, so it's not too low, but this old girl here is a bit cold natured. Just a bit. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. She'll clear up in a minute. It's a good machine right here, folks. I'll go ahead and turn the heat on. It's bad. Yeah. She'll get warm in a minute. It's cold, folks. It's 20 degrees this morning. That's pretty good. She fired right up pretty daggum quick. I'm impressed. Need to check this, hang on a second. Need to check this drop box oil. This gets overlooked quite often because it's all the way down in there. Oh yeah, we're good. It's still good and clean. I'll show you guys where it is in a second when I get this stick showed back in here. It gets overlooked. If you see that red tab right there? Right there. That's the drop box. That's how you check the drop box. I don't know if you've got to check it while it's on, but I know you got to check the transmission while the truck's on. I don't understand, I don't know why, but the transmission's right here. It's got a real long dipstick. And it's still good. It's a little full, but I'd rather it be a half a quart full than not enough. But it's right there. But you've got to, on these Volvo back dumps, you've got to check your transmission while the transmission's running. I don't know why. I don't have an answer for you there, but this is what we got this morning, guys. I'm gonna get back in the truck while this stuff warms up because it is very, very cold. We're gonna go down there and finish digging out the head section of that pond. Probably try to go get some overflow pipe today. Get that. We're going to put a riprap swell in where that's washing so bad right there at the head section. We're going to get our pipe put in and riprap all around through there, hopefully today or Friday. Hopefully. Get this daggum thing, get this job knocked out where we can move on to the next one because we are behind because of all this rain. All right, guys, I'm going to let this stuff warm up for 15 minutes or so. And we will catch you in a minute. All right, folks. Sorry about that. I've had a few phone calls I had to make this morning. We've hauled a few loads this morning. What we're doing here is we're just trying to get him some more room up here in his head section. We're digging him out like a little, it's like a swimming cove. basically. I think he's going to try to put a dock or something in here. Not 100% sure what his intentions are, but I'm getting these slopes as steep as I can get them. Just trying to get him as much room in here as possible. Even if I have to get down in the pond and slick them down with a traco, I can do that. But we're just very limited on room. Trying to stay in between a sinkhole and a rock bluff, and I'm right down in the middle of it right now. Sinkhole's still pretty far up there a ways. So I think we're going to be fine with that. I was coming up the hill a little too much, and I wanted to get away from that rock bluff that's to my right. The biggest problem is we're running out of places to put dirt. Like we can blend that slope. That there's a big slope right there that's got a big whoopty in it, and we're just going to take and kind of bring the, raise the toe of the slope up as high as we can, and try to just try to waste this dirt right in there somewhere, because we just don't, all that dirt we hauled up in there to cover that sinkhole up to get that water to sheet across. I mean, we've got all we need up in there now, so we're definitely running out of room. So he's gonna have to hopefully decide that this is going to be enough, dug out enough for him, because we're running out of room quick. I don't know where to put it. Let's see if I can block this sunball. So we're trying to get rid of this dirt. We're just going to try to fill that hill in best we can, and that's all I really know to do. We got a big wet spot down here in the bottom that we're trying to stay out of. Pond's holding water. It's it went down, and it went down initially. That's just kind of what ponds do. I'm gonna raise this window for you guys. Come on. Whew, that door's heavy. That's just kind of what they do. They initially that initial soak, especially that pond bottom there, the ground was super dry. Underneath, it's got a hard pan down there. I think that hard pan absorbed. Some water. I think that's where a lot of it went down 5 or 6 inches, I'd say. But it's holding steady right there. We haven't had any rain in about a week, and it hasn't gone down. It hasn't gone down an inch. So one of two things happened. It soaked up a bunch of water, and that's why it went down, or the leak is 6 inches, higher than the current water level right now. Hopefully the latter. But I can't see how there would be a leak. I mean, you guys saw my core trench. I was 7 feet in the ground. It's almost 8 feet in the ground. And I was down to some really good clay. I mean, I got down to the hard pan, and that's what I was after. And I chased that same hard pan up both slopes, way back in behind the water level. So I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully everything will be all right. Time will tell. But we're digging out, I'm gonna call this Party Cove. He's gonna put a dock in here. Starting to get into some sounds like a little bit of rock, so I'm gonna shallow up a little bit. I heard it hit the back up there. But we're gonna call this cut Party Cove. It's a little swimming area, little, you know, he's gonna put him a dock in here and be able to jump off, and I don't know. Myself personally, I'd put my dock out there on the deep part of the dam, but to each their own. Guys, I know I'm doing about half loads. It's super wet, super wet. It's soft where we're trying to dump, so I'm trying not to overload this thing. If we were on good hard ground, I'd be pouring out the sides and over the back, but I just trying to keep from overloading it where we can actually move the dirt, because we can move it so much faster from here to there in that truck with the machines we have. If we had a 963 or 963 here, I don't think we'd have any issues. I think we'd be perfectly fine, and we'd just dig it out. We dig it out with a hoe, throw it as far as we could, scoop it up with a loader, zip her right up through there. But we don't have the 963 here. It's at my farm. I think the lockers are working on that truck. There ain't a tire spinning nowhere. I know the ground's good and froze hard right now, but this is kind of what we've got, guys. I'm gonna have to lay this on down. I'm just mixing in all this topsoil with this subsoily stuff. I think it's just gonna help. I'm actually gonna strip this topsoil off and throw it over there. I've been mixing it in as best I could, because it makes a decent grass growing material if you just mix it in. But I've got to lay all this down, because you got to keep in mind the water level is probably going to be let me show you with the track up. Water level is probably going to be down here somewhere, like right there. So just trying to get it where it'll lay in here right. Our topsoil pile's right in the way, so that's kind of an issue, but it'll be okay. I'm gonna actually load the front of the truck first, since I'm loading from the rear like this. You get so much dirt stacked in front of you, you can't see if the front of your truck's full or not. I'm sitting in a soft spot. My track's sinking down. Made me a little unlevel here. Alright guys, we'll get some more of this dirt hauled and kind of see where we're at. Hopefully he's coming out here New Year's Day to kind of check everything out. So we're just going to finish digging this cove out, get it cut in with a dozer, make it look pretty, and hopefully sell it to him. folks, I am back. Sorry about that. I thought the DPF was burning some ash out of the back of it or something, because this thing kept smoking. But turns out, I don't know if you can see it, way down in there, but that big hose that goes to that split flange, and what that is that's basically like a rotator. So there's hoses that spin back and forth underneath the undercarriage that go to the travel motors, and this little rotator thing here that these hydraulic hoses go to, it's basically just like a big spindle that keeps that's what lets the hose spin 360, because those lines are static to that piece right there. So if that wasn't there, you'd tear your hoses off. So this is just basically like a swivel block is all it is. But I've blown a big D-ring under that hose there. So I'm gonna try to get it took apart and I don't know, put a new D-ring in it, see if that fixes it. So guys, I'm gonna try my best to let you all watch, but I can make no promises because it's all I can do to get in here. Oh. Oh. Let's see. If I loosen that one just a little bit. Take that one completely out. Oh boy, that wasn't good. I just hate to drop one of these bolts and not be able to get it back, so and I need to clean this. These split flanges are nice, kind of sorta, but sometimes they're an absolute pain in the ass to get to. Oh. I ain't real sure how I'm gonna do this just quite yet. Oh. Just like this, I guess. That be the culprit. Oh. Let me get this D-ring out where I can show you guys. Oh, the links I go to let you guys watch what's going on. Can you see this? D-ring blew. Boy, that thing was in rough shape. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Yep, I'd say that thing was the reason. And here's the new one. Ow. Try not to drop this so I can get it out of the package. Kind of show you. There's the new one. So, wipe this thing out real good. Sure there ain't no stuff in there. Oh. Whew. Need some oil for this thing. There's plenty on my fingers. That do be the culprit, guys.
Now the problem is, hang on. Let me go get some grease, guys, because I'm gonna have an extra hard time getting that to stay in that getting that to stay on there without falling off. Oh, get the camera filthy with my dirty hands. You guys still good? Oh yeah. What I'm gonna do is go down here to the trailer. Oh boy, I about had a mini heart attack. I thought I dropped the daggum thing. But it's not gonna want to stay. I got me some grease here. Some leftover grease. So we'll get her good and greased up. That way she'll stay in there when I stick the hose back down. So I guarantee you that's what happened to this one. Is they pinched it, they put it in, and it got out of its little machined track there. And it ran fine for a while. And then, well, it's one of them things. It ran till it didn't. We'll just say that. But maybe you guys can see that right there. But get a little grease on this bad boy. That way, maybe it'll stay put. Oh yeah. See, now she's staying. Reach down in there. Oh, I can't. Some little speck of shit right there. There we go. Alright, you gonna stay nice and gentle. Easy does it. Stay. You stay. You stay in that motherfucker. Oh. I need to check that and make double sure that it did in fact stay. Why is that not going? Oh. Oh, why is that not starting? Alright guys, sorry my camera died. I think I definitely got the leak fixed. It just blew a big D-ring. It's an O-ring, but it's a high pressure O-ring, so the guy calls them D-rings. They're a circular O-ring, but they're square. They're a square circle. That makes sense at all. But customer drove by and he wants it dug out farther. I don't really know where we're going to put all this dirt just yet. I mean, it's nothing to us. You know, he's paying us by the hour, so we're digging, you know, his checkbooks through us basically. But I don't know where we're going to put all the dirt unless we just keep filling in this little area here. wanted to kind of give you guys an update on what was going on. That changing that D-ring was a pain in the butt. I mean, it was one of the more difficult things I've ever had to try to get to. I had my whole head stuck down in the front body of the machine, but I got it fixed. But guys, let me get off here real quick, try to get a game plan on what exactly it is we're trying to achieve here, and I'll cut this camera back on when we get our bearings a little better time. Alright guys, let me do a little explaining here. Traco broke down. I got some of it on camera. The GoPro ended up turning off. It wouldn't turn back on. I don't know what in the world all that was about. But I think we're gonna stay. I think we're gonna stay plumb stuck here if we're not careful. We've got the lockers on. I think they're locked in. I don't really know, but we'll try to rake some of this mud over here out of the way. It's really wet right here for some reason, and I can't figure out why. It's very wet. But we've got to dig out. We've got to dig out all of this here. We started with that over there, and he was good with it for a while. Now he wants it dug out even farther. On back here. We gotta. I don't know, guys. I'm a little lost myself. I've got to keep this truck. I've got to keep this truck out of this mud hole here. This stuff is very wet where I'm sitting. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do actually. I'm gonna take and actually dig this mud off the top where we can get down to something somewhat hard, and that way I can give my truck a place to back. Give my truck a place to back in down here. There's about 2 foot of just muck on top of this real hard ground, because the ground underneath it won't let the water come down through it. This is just old junky, nasty topsoil. So I'm gonna take and skim it off the top, and hopefully we can get down to a harder layer that the truck will go. Because up there is not that bad. We've got a lot of real dry, sandy clay up top that we've been running on over there dumping, and it's holding the truck up pretty decent. It's rutting it up, but we're not getting really stuck. So I'm gonna take and cut him out a spot right here that maybe he can get in and out of here without getting stuck all the time, because it's just going to be a lot faster to dig this stuff out, load it in the truck, back it up there and dump it. It's too far to push this stuff. Handle it once, dig it out, load it in the truck, get it up there. I banned pretty much the only guy that would argue with me about that in my comments, so I don't gotta listen to him anymore. He's commented on my videos before and said that he wouldn't watch my videos anymore if I treated him like Lex Dig and Dirt Perfect did. And I didn't think really anything about it. Back 35 ton of dirt, 120,000 pounds, right up a daggum, 3 to 1 or 2.5 to 1 slope. So this project seems to be kind of dragging on a little bit. It's not that big a deal, but we've got other projects we need to get to, and we can't really tell the guy no.
we're here doing the work, so we might as well just do it. You know, you want to get the guy's money, so you don't want to tell him no. So we just make it happen, Captain. But I think it'll just make it a lot easier if I get this mucky layer kind of skimmed off the top, or that truck can run a little better. It's hard as can be, you know, 3 or 4 feet down, but this old crap on top of it, it just not good at all. If I get this scratched out, probably one more load of this old mucky crap. We'll back that truck over there, back him down where I can load him from the side and not have to spin all the way around to load him. Just trying to be efficient, that's all. I think I'll be able to get him in right there. He's still going to rut down, but at least he'll maybe be able to pull out of there. Pulling right out. I don't have an answer, guys. They're working, so we'll take it as a win. I'm just gonna throw this stuff over here. I got that slope looking real nice. It's all cut in. I gotta finish cutting in that top layer, but it looks dang good. I'm very, very happy with it. And now the lockers aren't working. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, sometimes they work and it backs right up the daggum hill, and then they just stop working. Attaboy, give her the beans. Give her the beans. Yeah. 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 Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just gotta give her the beans, boys. Ladies, boys and girls, I should say. There's a few ladies in the comment section. I'm digging a little. He had me digging over my sprockets. I'm just gonna dig over them. It's a cardinal sin to dig over your sprockets, but today I'm gonna dig over them. I don't feel like turning around. Need to get on out there. You got the money, I got the time. All right, guys, let me get some of these loaded up and I'll catch you back here in a minute. All right, folks, we're ending the day here. The sun's starting to go down. I've got some topsoil I've got to haul this afternoon, and we're getting to a point we need to push all of our material off anyway. But we've hauled probably 45 or 50 loads, I'd say. Not quite that many. I'd say probably today in total we've hauled, I'd say 60 loads. It hasn't worked very long because as you saw earlier in this video, I blew a hydraulic hose, or I blew an O-ring in one of the travel motors. There's a swivel. There's basically a swivel that's like a swivel adapter that the hoses go through the top of the turntable and into the car body, as I call it. The hoses that run to your travel motors, they hook to a swivel unit that swivels. That way the hoses don't get bound up under there. And anyway, it's a flange style type hydraulic hose, and you know, those half flange things, and it just blew that O-ring, and it was all mangled up under there. I think whoever installed it before me, before I owned this machine, put one in, and they didn't make sure that it was still seated right basically up in the end of the hydraulic hose that mashes down flush onto that steel plate with those half flanges, and it was cut, blown, and it was just in real bad shape. So got a new one of those, got it all put back together. As you saw me, you probably heard me cussing and raising all 4 kinds of cane. It was a tough spot for me to get in. And guys, you gotta remember, I'm 6'8". I'm a very large human. I'm not fat. Don't get that twisted now. Don't be coming up in here calling me fat now. But I just it was a very tough spot to get into. And guys, I'm telling you, it was a son of a gun to get that bad boy in there. I mean, it was all I could do. Had my head stuck down in the machine and just tighten it with my fingertips is all I could get on the boat. But I got it, and we got back up and running, and we're doing good. Everything's doing good, but we just gotta keep hammering down here. Hopefully, is that rock? That's not good. That's what I was afraid of. That's just some sandstone top rock. All right, we're quitting the digging there. No more digging. Cutting in the slope right here. I'm even with the slope over here, so I basically just got this knot here to cut out, and that's gonna be it. So guys, that's a wrap on this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Here's the pond. It's turning out absolutely magnificent. Very, very excited to see what this thing looks like when it ever gets full of water. Fingers crossed that it holds water, guys. Appreciate everybody watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Well guys, figured I wanted to get a better video, because this is going to be the last video of the year here. This is New Year's Eve, December the 31st at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Guys, I just want to say how thankful I am for the growth this year. I know I don't have a very big channel, but I'm very happy with where things are right now, and the growth has been really good, and all the new people I've met along the way. I just want to say thank you. I look forward to 2026 and growing this channel even more, and more and more awesome projects to come, guys. Just wanted to get on here and say thank you to all you guys, and wrap up this year with a good positive note. I don't know, it's been a wild year, and I just can't thank you guys enough for all the support along the way. Here's 2026. Hope you guys have a good New Year's Eve. Try not to get in too much trouble this evening, and we'll probably see you back out here first of the year, guys.